Okay, so talking about the first step. So the first step is briefly reveal something about yourself. So let's think about something that you can say and it won't be very strange. Okay, so we're going to use this situation about someone you are waiting with, let's say before the meeting. Okay, I think this is the most common situation. You're at a meeting and you're early and there's only maybe the two of you, maybe just the client and you, and your boss is late. He's still doing something and he says, hey Aaron, go to the meeting room first. Our client is here already. Okay, so what can you reveal about yourself, Aaron? What do you think when you see your client? Okay, so Iris is the new client.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what can you say?
Hi Iris, welcome to welcome to come our office. So I need to show something myself first, right?
So what are you going to reveal, right? What are you going to say about yourself?
Usually I talk about myself, say something myself. Recently myself. So I okay. I know. Iris is client, right? And I am sales, right? So I go her office. Yeah. Okay. Hi Iris. How are your new office here? If they, yeah.
New office?
Yeah, if you just moved to the new office.
But that's not talking about yourself, right?
Myself, all right.
You need to reveal something about yourself to start the topic.
Reveal myself. Oh, okay. Hi Iris. I just bought a new game. New game. Do you play? Okay.
Okay, you're talking to a client, right? Okay, so usually if you're talking to a client, maybe you're waiting for a meeting, right? Yeah. So when I say to reveal something about yourself, maybe it's something related to the meeting or towards the topic of, maybe you can talk about after lunchtime, right? You just had lunch.
Lunch. Oh, okay, after lunch.
After lunch, you have a meeting. Okay, what can you talk about?
Yeah, okay. I just eat lunch at a Japanese restaurant and it's very good. Yeah, so do you have ever eat the restaurant?
What restaurant do you have? You repeat.
I just eat a Japanese restaurant, and there are many good sushi and wasabi. So, do you have ever been to the restaurant before or recently?
I love Japanese food, and so the restaurant is fresh.
Yeah, I still healthy, so I guess it's fresh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you reveal something about yourself is what you had for lunch. right? Is that what you want to say? Okay. So usually if it's like that, it's fine. Like, oh, but usually people would just ask, oh, did you have lunch already? Right? So it's also another good way to open the question. So the second part is to ask an open-ended question that's fairly easy to answer, right? So if it's in the morning, did you have breakfast yet? Did you have your coffee? People usually need coffee in the morning, right? Okay, so that's an open-ended question. So it's a question that can have a lot of different answers. How was your weekend? Usually people will go from there if it's Monday, right? How was your weekend? Where did you go on your weekend? That is a very good open-ended question. Okay. People will often ask if you just ended your holiday, right? Where did you go on your long weekend? Or how did you spend your vacation? Okay, very good open-ended questions. If they're traveling, they came from another country, right? How was your flight? Do you feel jet lagged? Do you need coffee? Right? Okay, it's a good way to ask. And have you ever been to Taiwan before? Very easy open-ended question, especially for any foreigners coming to Taiwan. Is it your first time? If it's not, how was your trip last time? Where did you go? Okay, different ways to start. Or what did you enjoy the most? If they say, I love bubble tea, what can you say next? Yuqing, what can you say next when I say, I love bubble tea?
Which brand do you like?
Okay, maybe a little bit specific. Maybe you can just say, hey, I love bubble tea too, or I know a place.
Okay.
Okay, so don't try to make it too hard for them to answer, but then try to create some sort of interaction with them. And the third one is to direct the conversation to current events. This one should be an easy one. Aaron, what can you say? If I was okay, so Iris is from Italy. Okay?
Italy.
From
Wow.
Italy. She's been living in Taiwan for a while. Okay? So maybe she's living in Taiwan for 3 years. So she's like a long-term resident. What can you talk to her about if you know that she's from Italy?
Do you have been do you have been with Taiwan recently?
Do you what?
So she was there for 2 years, right?
Yeah,
And
so she said she's been living in Taiwan for 3 years, okay? She's
3 years.
Italian and she's in Taiwan now. So she's one of your, I guess you can say, one of your clients. What can you talk to her about? If you want to try to be nice to her and you want to maybe ask about how she's doing.
Do you have some restaurant similar with the Italian style?
I can find a good Italian restaurant, but Taiwanese food is good for me.
Oh, yeah. So what kind of Taiwanese food do you like most?
I love noodles, beef noodles, and 小笼包.
Okay,
Good.
That's good. So when we're talking about direct the conversation to current events, what's a current event that everyone is talking about?
Current event. It's about news or
Yeah, so it's anything that has been happening recently, okay? So what's the Eugene, what do you think is the current event?
we talk about real situation.
Yeah, real situation. So right now, what is the situation that is happening around the world? What does everyone care about?
Everyone cares about coronavirus.
Right. Okay. So I'm saying that she's from Italy, right? Even though she's
Yes.
not living in Italy right now, what can you ask her about to be nice?
Is your country good?
Good. Okay. So if Eugene, if your family were all living in Japan, right? And you were in Taiwan and I saw you, I'd be like, hey Eugene, is your family okay there? Are they safe? Don't you feel like more heartwarming because I'm caring about your family?
Yes.
How do you feel? How do you feel when I ask you this?
You worry about
Yeah.
my
Right?
family.
So what do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel you are friendly.
You're friendly, okay, or you're nice, right? So Aaron, I think the question you should have asked Iris was, so how's your family doing there? Are they okay? Something like that. Because everyone knows that the situation in Italy is very bad, right? So that is why I'm trying to guide you to talk about current events. But sometimes you need to be a little bit careful, right? You wouldn't want to talk about current events that demand an opinion. But the virus is something that everyone knows about. And it's okay to show that you care about her, or you're just being very polite to ask about her family. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So these are 3 things that you can think about when you are making small talk. But at the end, if you don't know what to say, it's always good to talk about the weather. Even though it's the most boringest thing, it's the safest topic to talk about. But remember, you can use common experiences, you can use common interests, you can use business locations, anything that you think would spark their interest. Okay? Great. Okay, so this ends our lesson today. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions? Aaron, do you have a question?
How to spell commonality?
Commonality. Okay, that is a very good question. Let me type it for you guys. Okay, commonality. Commonality means that something you have in common with the person. Commonality. Okay, Iris, do you have a question?
I want to know more sensitive question with foreign.
Sensitive topics.
Yes.
Okay, so I think talking about their politics. If right now, if you're talking to American, I think if you talk about Donald Trump, some may be with a lot of emotions. I'm not sure you want to touch on that, right? So politics may be something. It depends on who you're talking to, right? So so we're from Taiwan. Maybe if someone talks to us about what is the China-Taiwan relationship, then I don't know if some people are very comfortable talking about that, especially if the person is from China, right? Might spark maybe a fight or an argument. I'm not too sure. So maybe that's not a good idea to talk about with other people. So it depends on where they're from. There'll be different topics. Okay. So there's more details on another class I do have about small talk. So I can send that to you. Okay. After the class, then you can take a look. Great. Okay, Eugene, what about you? Do you have any other questions?
Okay. There are 2 words I didn't catch it.
Okay.
The first one is trendy.
trendy. It means that they're very fashionable. So they're like always, they're always. So I think that if you have masks with different colors and you care about that, then it's like you're very fashionable. You're very trendy. Good. Okay, what's the second word?
The second word is neutral.
Neutral.
Yes.
Neutral, it means like there's no good or bad. So it's kind of in the middle. You're neutral. So you're not, or sometimes it could be, it's not positive or negative, it's neutral. So it doesn't have, it's not good or bad.
Okay.
Good job. So it's good to have questions. So everyone should have one question for me at the end of the class. Okay, great job, guys. I will see you next week, and I'll send you the material for next class. Okay?